Hey, it's Angelo Caruso, and I want to tell you what happened when I uploaded 1,000 videos to my YouTube channel. It's been a project of mine during the pandemic. I added one video a day just to stay off the street and stay out of trouble. And good things have been happening for me. If you build a brand of any kind, this type of video marketing may be useful to you. I want to also tell you that the numbers have gone up in various categories. I'll be sharing bits about the numbers. I'll be sharing specific videos you can check and also referring to certain playlists in my channel so that you can understand exactly what's been happening. So one video a day, and I now have about 2,000 subscribers on my channel. Now that is not a big number by YouTube standards. If you're a professional YouTuber, 2,000 is nothing to get too excited about. But it's a big number for me, and I'm seeing good things happening with my brand, revenue, other parts of my business. A little background on my business. I am a professional speaker, and before COVID, I was doing keynotes. So that was my primary revenue stream. But some time ago, I decided that as an event-based speaker, I could also help people as a consultant. So whereas a keynote happens on June 15th, once I come out to your place, we do the keynote, or a conference, right? We check the box, we're done. But if it's a consulting arrangement, it could last years. I've been sales consultant for companies up to 4 years, and they were lovely arrangements, and I'm really glad that it worked out. So there are 3 revenue streams: speaking, consulting, and then of course I publish information products. I'm finding that the YouTube channel helps me with all 3 revenue streams. And of course, my followers like that because they can access this content in so many different ways. Live at keynotes, they can get involved with me as a consultant. They can simply watch YouTube videos. Everybody wins. It's fantastic. If you like this type of approach, you're going to want to subscribe to my YouTube channel. And together we will start helping more people. That's actually the number one thing that I learned from uploading 1,000 videos to YouTube, that I can help more people. I know that my numbers now are up to almost 2,000 subscribers, and they give me about 5,000 views per month, and I'm up to about 500,000 views lifetime. So since the very first video I posted on YouTube, nearly 500,000 people have watched my stuff. And a view is constituted by about 30 seconds. A lot of people argue about what that means on YouTube, but let's say for the sake of things, it's about 30 seconds. So that's the number one thing I learned, that I could help more people by having a thriving YouTube channel. The second thing that I learned is the value of suggestion. And what's interesting about the value of suggestion is that when you tell people what to do, if they trust you and like you, they are more likely to do it. So if I said to something to you, like in this video, like you should subscribe to my YouTube channel, go ahead, I'll wait. You wait for people to find the red subscribe button and punch it, right? It's a very direct appeal, and it works. And that's why so many people on YouTube say, if you like this kind of content, please click the subscribe button. I'm interested in your comments, and go ahead and like this video at the same time. Because that's how you collect these numbers, right? And numbers are proof of concept, right? In a free market economy, if you've got a lot of views, a lot of followers, a lot of likes, a lot of comments, you must be doing something right, and more people will glom onto whatever it is that you're doing. So the value of suggestion is very important. And YouTube, of course, once they click on one of my videos, YouTube is suggesting more of my videos. And that's based on keywords and tags and the description and the title of the video. So I'm very cognizant of this, right? This does not happen in my blog posts. When you go to my blog and read a blog article, I don't have a bunch of things in place to recommend other blog articles to you. YouTube has a system for this. And if you watch someone's video, that's why you're seeing other suggestions to watch more of their videos. So I wanted to play with that a bit in this last little while, and it's been paying off, this power of suggestion. If you don't believe that this works, check out my video on the 15 most powerful words, and you'll see it's got thousands and thousands of views. I think I'm up around 70,000 views now of this little video that I did live in front of an audience a while back. And it's all from the power of suggestion. So it's pretty cool. The third thing I learned is called the clarity of message. And this is really important when you're marketing, because a lot of times we get off message as marketers, and we start getting off message. In politics, they call it being off message. So in clarity of message, I start to understand what it is that you want to learn about and how I can help you learn it. And you'll see that I deliver that in each of these video parcels, like a little package that I deliver to you. So the clarity of message is delivered to me via YouTube metrics. Very quickly, I can understand which video is a strong video, which video is considered not so strong, and I'll polish my offerings moving forward based on that feedback. An example of this is in the video tips to introduce your spouse. So just search that in YouTube, tips to introduce your spouse, and you'll see how that clarity of message really serves people. They know exactly what they're going to get from that video. I make no bones about it. I deliver the goods, and then you're more likely to watch another video because I served you well. The fourth thing that I learned in uploading 1,000 videos is how to get attention. And again, YouTube is very clear if I'm succeeding on that, because in order to get your attention, I have to do it within 2 or 3 seconds on video. Otherwise, people will leave the video, right? And if YouTube considers 30 seconds to be a complete view, I can't have you leaving before that 2 seconds is up. And so I need to bring the energy at the very beginning. I need to position the frame with colors and intrigue and the kinds of things that would keep you glued, at least for 2 or 3 seconds, right? That's the first goal. Because if I can't hold you for 2 or 3 seconds, I'm never going to hold you for 20 or 30 seconds, which is the next thing that I learned. I also learned how to keep your attention by posting 1,000 videos to YouTube. And I know this because I established a playlist called Interviews. It's essentially the Talk to Me podcast. Podcast is an audio format, right, that you can listen to. But I record in 2 modalities. I record the audio and I record video. And I post the video to the interview playlist on my YouTube channel. And that has been a blast. I've interviewed some really fun people. And an example of getting attention and keeping attention is the interview I did with the drummer for the legendary rock group Chicago. This gentleman's name is Walfredo Reyes Jr., R-E-Y-E-S, Walfredo Reyes Jr. If you just search his name and my name in YouTube, the interview will come up. It's over an hour long. And it's compelling. This guy's so fun and so interesting to talk to that we had no trouble keeping people that long on the video. This is called long form video. And it's a fantastic way to rack up the minutes, because if you're looking to make money on YouTube, which I wasn't initially looking to do, you have to have so many minutes per month or over this long period of time in order to qualify to make a profit or collect revenue from YouTube. Again, this is not something that I was interested in initially. I'm still not completely sold that it's the way I want to go, but I did want to provide enough value that I got your attention and I kept your attention. And this is another thing that I've learned. The 6th thing that I've learned is about professionalism. And I learned this kind of by accident. I've always tried to be professional in the speaking business, but I learned how to be professional in video because in video, well, it's a different kind of a thing, you know? It's just you and the camera. And so when you're in front of a group of people, you act a certain way, and when you're alone in front of a camera, you act a certain way, and it's not always the same. And so what I've learned is, because in the early days, we didn't have the simple editing tools that we have now. It's so easy now to clip off the front end or the back end of your video. And you can also clip out the junk, you know, the mistakes that you make, right? and you create what are called jump cuts. So I'm talking to you right now, and then all of a sudden I'll be in this, or I'm like this, and then all of a sudden I'm here. That's called a jump cut in film parlance. And what these guys are doing is they're going through and they're just spewing, and then they're cutting out the bad parts. But if you're using what I used for so long, still use to a great extent today, I'm using it in this video. It's called direct to camera, which means there's no editing, man. You understand this? I'm not editing out the bad parts because there are no bad parts. I go from A to B, and I got really good at not making mistakes. Sure, there's a few stutters, a little bit of humor, if I limp through a word, right? But that's human. That's how people are. And I learned by using the direct-to-camera technique how to really deliver almost broadcast quality content. And this has really helped me in the interviews that I've been doing for the podcast. I've interviewed psychologists and movie directors, and I interviewed a Vietnam POW. And, and some of these are long form, and I don't want to go in and edit. And somehow editing seems like cheating. You're like, I want you to see everything that I see in these long form videos. And that's how we're doing it. So I learned how to be professional by not editing my videos. The seventh thing that I learned, the final thing, by uploading 1,000 videos to YouTube, is how to have a stronger brand. Which is ultimately what I was trying to do. And I know that this is working because I have now a terrific name recognition and, by the way, face recognition. So I have name recognition online, but I have face recognition when I show up at conferences and events and so on. Event promoters are using my videos to alert people that I'm on the docket. They use me to sell registrations and up their attendance, right? And so when I check into the hotel and I'm riding in the elevator, people say, you're the keynote speaker. And they only know that because I have all this video available, right? And so I fly halfway around the world. During one stretch, I was in Great Britain to speak 4 times in 18 months. And I'll fly halfway around the world, and I'll get into the hotel, and people will say, are you Angelo Caruso? And it makes me feel good. Now, I don't do that for my ego. I do it because I know I'm giving people good content. The content is resonating with me, and they feel like they know me when we meet. And that speeds up the relationship. And isn't it interesting that number 7 is what allows me to help more people, which is the whole reason that I got into the business in the first place. So these are the 7 things that I learned when I uploaded 1,000 videos to my YouTube channel. If you like this kind of content, you should subscribe to my YouTube channel and let us know what you think of the videos by liking and commenting and sharing. I really, really appreciate it. I work really hard to help more people. Thanks very much, and I hope to see you on YouTube and beyond. We'll see you later.